Hello dear students, today we will learn about the molecular mass. That means the mass of the molecule. The molecular mass of a substance is the sum of atomic masses of all the atoms in a molecule. That means if a molecule like water, what is the mass of this water molecule? That is known as molecular mass. Molecular, it is the sum of atomic masses. That means we have to calculate the atomic mass of hydrogen H2 and atomic mass of oxygen, and this combines in the molecular mass of water, for example. And this molecular mass is expressed in the form of AMU, atomic mass unit, AMU, atomic mass unit, or you can say simply U. U also represents as atomic mass unit. Example, molecular mass of water H2O. That means we have to calculate the mass of hydrogen and oxygen. Atomic mass of hydrogen, it is 1. That means mass of hydrogen is 1. And atomic mass of oxygen is 16 units, U. It is already given in the periodic table. Then how do we calculate the molecular mass of water? First we know that hydrogen has molecular mass of 1, atomic mass of 1, and oxygen has atomic mass of 16. Then there are 2 hydrogen atoms. That means we have to add the mass of 2 hydrogen atoms with 1 oxygen atom. Therefore molecular mass of H2O is equal to 1 into 2. That 1 into 2 means 1 is atomic mass of hydrogen and 2, these are the hydrogen atoms. The hydrogen atoms are present 2 in water, plus 16. 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen. That means 16. 1 into 2 means 2 plus 16, that means 18. Therefore water has molecular mass of 18 U, atomic mass unit. Next is HNO3. First, HNO3. HNO3 has 3 types of element or atoms: hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. This hydrogen having 1 atomic mass, nitrogen having 14 unit atomic mass, and oxygen having 16 unit atomic mass. Now hydrogen is only 1, nitrogen is also 1, that means 14, but oxygen are 3. That means 16 plus 16 plus 16. In order to write 16 plus 16 plus 16, we can write 3 into 16. That means 3 atoms of hydrogen. Therefore the total mass will become 1 of hydrogen, 14 of nitrogen, 16 into 3, and it will become 63 units. Again I will show you the mass of carbon dioxide, CO2. Carbon having molecular atomic mass 12, oxygen again having 16, but oxygen atoms are 2, that means 12 plus 16 1 atom and 16 2 atom. Then we can write as 12 plus 16 into 2, it becomes 12 plus 32, and it will become 44 units. That means carbon dioxide having 44 units of mass. It was calculating the molecular mass of any molecule. Next is mole concept. It is a very important concept, mole concept. What is the mole concept, or what is mole? M-O-L-E, mole. A mole of a substance is the amount of substance which contains the same number of particles, either atoms, particles or ions, that are present in 12 grams of carbon 12. That means how many atoms are present in 12 grams of carbon 12 atoms, and the number of particles in 12 grams of carbon 12, it is known as 1 mole. It was an Italian physicist who calculated that number, and the number is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. It is the number. It is simply number 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. And that number is known as Avogadro's number. Why? On the name of the scientist who calculated, who discovered the number 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. The number of atoms present in 12 gram of carbon 12 is 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. That means you can calculate, for example, the number of humans 1, 2, 3. When you reach 6.022 into 10 raised power 23, you can say the 1 mole of humans. You can calculate number of stones 1, 2, 3, 4. When you reach to this number, you can say that 1 mole of stones. That means it can be number of anything. It can be atoms, particles, ions, whatever. And this number, it is very big number. It is not a small number. It is very big number. That means 12 grams of carbon. 12 grams. Listen carefully. 12 grams of carbon contains, which is carbon 12, contains 6.022 into 10 raised power 23 atoms. And this number is known as Avogadro's number. Next is a mole represents two things. This number, the mole, represents two things. Number one, it represents a definite number of particles equal to this number. Number one, it shows the quantity. That means it is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 of atoms, ions, molecules, whatever. Next is, it represents a definite mass of substance equal to the gram atomic mass of an element or the gram molecular mass of a compound. What does it mean? This represents number, this represents quantity of the substance equal to the gram atomic mass, the atomic mass of element. For example, oxygen, O2, gram atomic mass, gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass is the atomic mass of an element. For example, oxygen is having O2, 16 plus 16, that means 32. O2 having gram atomic mass of 32. Cl2 or H2, these are the gram atomic mass. Another is gram molecular mass, the molecular mass of element. For example, carbon dioxide, CO2, gram molecular mass, that means carbon having mass of 12 and 32 of this oxygen, it becomes 44. That means gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide, gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 42. It shows two things. Number one is quantity and number two is the gram atomic mass and the gram molecular mass. Gram atomic mass is the mass of an element and the gram molecular mass is the mass of molecules, simply mass of molecules in grams. That means oxygen having 32 grams, carbon dioxide having 44 grams, gram atomic mass. This mole represents these quantities. That means 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms, molecules or ions or anything. And after that, there are now the relation between different things. The relationship between number of moles, that means how many moles are there, mass, that means the given mass, or you can say the mass of, it can be any mass in kilograms or grams, whatever, molar mass, or you can say molecular mass, number of atoms or molecules, it can be anything, one atom, two molecules, three molecules, and Avogadro's number. This is represented, number of moles is represented by small n. You have to remember these terminologies also. Mass small m, number of moles capital M. Remember, small m and capital N designate different things. Molar mass capital M and mass simply small m. Number of atoms or molecules capital N, Avogadro's number NO. Now how these 3 or 4 items are related and how can we calculate different things according to these formulas. Number 1, number of moles. If you have to calculate the number of moles, then there can be given mass, that means mass divided by molar mass. These are two things, mass and molar mass. Therefore the formula becomes number of moles is equal to given mass divided by molar mass, and it can be represented by n is equal, small n is equal to small m divided by capital M. Next thing, the number of moles can also be calculated in different thing, or number of atoms or molecules. Number of atoms and molecules divided by Avogadro number. That means you can calculate Avogadro number by this formula also. Number of moles is equal to number of atoms or molecules divided by Avogadro's number. It can be represented as number of moles is represented by small n, capital N is number of atoms and molecules, capital N number of atoms and molecules, and Avogadro's number, which is represented by NO. This one. N is equal to capital N divided by NO. Third thing is molar mass. How can you calculate the mass of a substance? By knowing number of moles. How many moles are there? That means small n into Avogadro number. Avogadro number you have to remember 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. That means small m is equal to n, small n into NO. Next is, last one is molar mass is equal to, that means this one, molar mass can be calculated by mass, or you can say given mass divided by number of moles. How many moles are there? Mass, this one, and number of moles. Number of moles, first one. Capital M is equal to small m divided by small n. You have to remember these 4 formulas and you can calculate the different things. You can calculate number of moles, you can calculate mass number, you can calculate mass, you can calculate even molar mass. Therefore these 3-4 formulas are very important for you, because many these numericals are based on this these formula which you have to remember. And therefore this was the final lesson of this lesson, final lecture of this lesson, and now we will stop stop here, and now we will revise the lessons which are going to appear, or which are going to be asked in the T1 examination or half yearly examination. Thank you.